Welcome back to Open. The 30th anniversary of the '86 Mets World Championship season is fast approaching, and our next guest believes we don't need retired numbers or commemorative plaques to celebrate the beloved '86ers. She believes that what is needed is to highlight such a historic event is a movie. We welcome director and producer Heather Quinlan. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. So we were talking off camera how you're a born and bred Mets fan from the Bronx, and I'm a born and bred Yankees fan from Queens. How does that work?
Sometimes it just happens. I don't know. I did meet a couple Met fans from the Bronx who said that where they lived in the Bronx, it might have been the Bronx or somewhere area, it's actually easier to get to Shea than it is Yankee Stadium, so that's how it happened with them. Maybe that's with me. I don't know. But yes, I do. I am a Met fan, indeed.
So tell me about your love affair with the Mets. How did that start? Is that a family thing, or?
Well, my mom actually was a Met fan, too. She loved Tug McGraw, Tom Seaver, Ed Kranepool, all those guys from the '69 era, and I guess she sort of passed that along to me as well. And when I was a kid and I started to like baseball was when the '86 season started. And I think when you're a kid and your team is great, it makes such an impact on you as opposed to if I just started paying attention to the Mets now. I have like a job, looking at reverse mortgages, all these things. Baseball was my life back then. So it's still like a big deal to me. I still feel like a 12-year-old about it sometimes.
Have you always been a filmmaker?
No, not always, but I was in theater, I was in book publishing, and now I'm a filmmaker. I think the common thread through them all is the art of storytelling. So how to tell a good story, how to get people interested. My previous film was on the New York accent, and it was called If These Knishes Could Talk, and Bronx was featured rather prominently in that. And, being able to tell a story about an accent was not easy, but I think it really helped me learn sort of how the art and craft of storytelling for this film.
Right, so where are you in terms of the process about this documentary?
Well, I started filming in January, and I actually have interviewed several of the '86 Mets, Lenny Dykstra, Doc Gooden, Darryl Strawberry, Mookie, and Buckner.
How nervous were you when you were doing this?
Oh my God, I was dying all over the place. But you got to keep it all inside, But it was actually rather easy to film them. They were all very nice. I just finished filming Kevin Mitchell in San Diego, and also some fans, mixed marriages, Met Yankee couples. A guy who was the chaplain of the '86 Mets.
Mets Boston. Did you find any Mets Boston couples?
I haven't interviewed any, but there are indeed. So I have Met Boston friends who watch Game 6 together and are still friends to this day.
Oh, lucky them. It must have been contentious.
A little bit.
I mean, talk about, you watched that World Series, obviously. So how did you feel when that happened as a child?
I feel like this film is a bit of my penance because, to be honest, I went to bed at Game 6. I was so sure they were going to lose. I was heartbroken, and I couldn't take it anymore. I went to bed, and I woke up to hear my mom screaming because the ball had gone through Buckner's legs and they won. So I stayed up for all of Game 7. But yeah, this is sort of my apology, maybe to myself.
This is your atonement.
My atonement, indeed.
How dare you go to sleep, young lady?
I'm still all upset about it. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your Kickstarter campaign for this.
So I launched a Kickstarter campaign about 2 weeks ago. I've raised so far about $7,300, which has been fantastic. I'm aiming to raise $50,000, and for people who don't know about Kickstarter, you need to make your entire goal or you make nothing. So even if people pledge and I make up to $40,000, if I don't make 50, I don't get anything. Right. So it's really important that people contribute to it, and the reason why it's such a high number is to show Major League Baseball and to show the Mets organization that people are really willing to put forth money to see this movie made, and then it's really important to them. And also, Major League Baseball footage is expensive. It's $12,000 a minute.
Wow.
So, I can't do a Mets film without having Major League Baseball footage. I mean, it's just, I can't have people reenact the whole season. So,
you should have the players come back on a baseball field.
Exactly.
If you build it, they will come, I'm sure.
I know. So, and just, there was a thing in the news about how somebody has made $50,000 on Kickstarter for potato salad. So, it was a big kind of thing, like he just wanted to make $10, and people have pledged all this money. So, my challenge to Met fans is, if this guy can make that much money on potato salad, I am hoping to make that much money to be able to bring this film to light.
Have you spoken to any other maybe more prominent contributors? Have you asked some of the '86 Mets if they could help, or if they know anybody who might be able to help?
I haven't talked to the Mets about it per se. I'm in talks with Major League Baseball right now about moving forward with the film. The Mets organization, I kind of wanted to have this under my belt before I show them that I can do this. In terms of, I've gotten some great donations from even a reviewer from New York Magazine donated money and said, I don't even like baseball, but I think this film should be made. And another director has donated money, obviously family and friends, but really I've gotten some great donations from people that I don't know and who are, contributing money just on the basis of, their love of the team.
So when do you hope to have this finished?
Well, I really want to bring the 86 Mets into Sundance. And I really want to elevate them to a level where no one had, they're known as like the scum bunch, right? But I always maintain there's a certain amount of art and poetry in that, and that people really loved this team, warts and all. They loved them because they were dirty and disgusting. And it gave us a lot of swagger, something we haven't really had in this city in a long time, we Met fans. So, so I think I want to kind of celebrate that part of them. And the Sundance deadline is September, but it'll be September of next year. I want to have it at least mostly finished in time to release for the 30th anniversary in 2016.
How much do you have left? I mean, you said you had interviewed a bunch of the 86ers, but what, other than the footage from Major League Baseball, what is left to add to this film?
Oh, there's a lot left to film. I mean, there's definitely also other players that I need to. I mean, the Keith Hernandezes and the Ron Darlings and all them. I'm aiming to film a golf game between Kevin Mitchell and Jesse Orozco in San Diego, things like that, and just a lot more of the fan stories. And also, the film is also about how the 86 Mets fit Koch's New York, whereas the 90s Yankees fit Giuliani's New York. Much more professional team, less scummy, more clean
cut.
Yes, exactly.
I remember back in the 90s a Simpsons episode where they were making fun of the Yankee rules where he can't have the sideburns. Your sideburns are too long. Right. So to shave his head off. What keeps you as a Met fan today? Is it just loyalty at this point, or?
Well, it is loyalty. I do have a thing for the underdog, even though I became a Met fan when they were really, really popular. It is. It's sort of like the same way, almost like you're part of a family, and you're not going to leave your family, unless something really major happens, and that's a whole other interview. But it's sort of like becomes a part of your DNA almost. So, and there's a whole camaraderie among fans. There's a whole network among fans. I'm wearing the 7-line T-shirt, which was created by a fan of the Mets, and it's his own business now. So there's so much that goes into being a fan in addition to the baseball, the culture, and the friendship and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you so much, Heather, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
You can visit her Kickstarter page. Now let's take a look at the trailer for the 86 Mets, the movie.
And it is 5-3 Red Sox. It's so quiet in New York, you can almost hear Boston. 55,078 here at Shea, and they have really been put through the ringer. And the Mets are down to their last out. Tonight's NBC Miller Lite Player of the Game is Marty Barrett. Marty had 3 singles and 2 walks. Handled everything hit his way. Refuse to go quietly. With 2 out, they come scrambling back with consecutive hits by Carter, Mitchell, and Knight. First, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. Can you believe
Attention all fans, you've been watching a trailer for 86 METS, The Lords of Flushing, a film about the city that never sleeps and a team that never slept either. Starring Dwight Gooden, Lenny Dykstra, Bill Buckner and Mookie Wilson, Jeff Pearlman, Rudy Giuliani, Chuck Schumer, Sandy Palmer, Paul Auster and Bill Corbett, Met poet Frank Messina, and Darryl Strawberry.
If they had social media in our days, we'd all been in trouble right now.
Rounding third and heading home in 2015,